Do you want to get IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS? Do you want to get? Have you been fed up with the various strategies to get IAS? Okay. Have you been persistently facing the failures at either at prelims, mains or interview level? Now, are you ready to face a sophisticated strategy now? Are you ready to do the consistent work for 1 year at least? Yes. If you if you have a good strategy, sophisticated strategy, rather than the duplicate strategies, if you are ready to do the work consistently, if you are ready to determined enough, okay, get ready to listen to this strategy, sophisticated strategy. I am M. Gangadhar Rao. I attended interview thrice. I have cleared the prelims 7 times in a row from the 2004 to 2011. I have enough this experience regarding the IAS preparation. I have guided hundreds of the people to get IAS and IPS, or at least to get their dream fulfilled. Okay, if you are ready enough, I can give you a strategy, a sophisticated strategy, an integrated, intensive and comprehensive work plan, or study plan to get IAS. Okay, if you want to get IAS, IPS, IRS or IFS, so you should get ready to do the work at least 1 year, daily 12 hours per day, apart from this newspaper reading or current affairs reading. If you are ready enough, if you are strong enough, you are resolved enough, if you are determined enough, ready and listen to this plan. Okay, the student, those who wants to get IAS, IFS, IRS, etc., or to become Indian civil servant, first they have to understand what is the difference between the UPSC examination, that is what the civil service examination, and other academic examination. We are masters of the academic examination. However, we are lacking to understand the UPSC examination. What is UPSC civil service examination? Simply I want to concisely present you that UPSC exam, if you want to get success in UPSC civil services examination, you should aware of what is UPSC pulse or civil services pulse. The pulse of this examination is entirely different from other. Okay, so far we have faced the academic examination and other competitive examination. Here UPSC pulse is more important, where knowledge is not important. You should follow the pulse of the various features of the pulse. Okay, simply I want to tell you. Do you know that for every kind of, like any kind of examination, UPSC examination has also having certain syllabus. Okay, certain syllabus. Here every questions will come from this syllabus, no doubt at all. But this UPSC syllabus is not equal to this UPSC paper. UPSC IAS paper or prelims or mains or interview questions equal to UPSC paper equal to UPSC syllabus plus newspaper. Do you know what newspaper represents? Newspaper represent our happenings in our surrounding, in the present world, which means the UPSC examination is a highly dynamic examination. It's not a static. Okay, it appears to be knowledge testing examination, but truly it is not knowledge based examination. Knowledge testing is a pretext to test whether you are suitable to this civil services future, this country's civil services or not. There are various things also like this. So once you are aware of this UPSC pulse, your preparation will be in a way to suit this UPSC requirement. Then automatically you can get the IAS rank within 1 or 2 attempts only. That is what. So proper strategy is important, right guidance is important. Okay, nobody can find fault with your preparation. You are master, you have completed so many degrees. Okay, you have successful academic records also. But however, you may not pass in this examination because of lack of good strategy, lack of good guidance. Okay, because of some pitfalls in your preparation. So I would like to suggest to you a good strategy. Okay, a sophisticated study plan of 1 year. Everybody should do it. One thing is daily schedule is important, weekly schedule is important, monthly schedule important, and quarterly and 6 months wise schedule is important, of yearly or yearly. So here 1 year strategy which include daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, quarterly and half yearly. Finally 1 year. This kind of strategy, this one. Daily you have to face 2 questions from the subject, given subject, and also 2 dynamic questions, mostly from the newspaper editorials, various papers editorials. That is what the daily strategy. Okay, once you attempted these questions, you should get evaluated directly by a well experienced faculty, not online. That is what important. Daily, if you get evaluated 1-to-1, so you can modify, you can be imparted certain qualities like UPSC Pulse, etc., etc. A well guided, well experienced UPSC faculty can impart you such a UPSC various qualities of this examination, but he cannot directly give you. This is the beauty of UPSC Civil Service examination. Similarly, weekly, okay, sectional, grants, and one kind of discussion form. Discussion is also important. You should maintain a good ecosystem. For example, you should have at least 3 to 4 UPSC prepared candidates. That is strengthen your determination. You can keep up your determination. That is also important. And similarly, every strategy, you should find out what are your weaknesses. Okay, that is important. On the other hand, you should focus on the strong areas, of the stronger, highest scoring areas. On the one hand, you have to focus on your weaknesses areas regarding this UPSC syllabus. On the other hand, you have to focus on the highest scoring areas. This is what important. For example, optional, you have to focus on it. And also certain highest scoring areas, or else very crucial areas like environmental and geography. It is very important as far as mains is concerned. Similarly, as far as prelims is concerned. Okay, you have to focus on them. They are the crucial areas, pivotal areas, and also highest scoring areas where you can get most of the scoring. And you have to focus on the weaknesses, your weaknesses. For example, CSAT. If you are a non-math student, you have to focus on the CSAT. Otherwise, it will be more difficult. You can't cross at least preliminary examination. If you are a regional medium, native medium student, you have to focus on the CSAT English area. So these are your weaknesses. That is based on your strength and educational backgrounds, etc., etc. You have to decide. That's why individual strategy you have to. I want to give you a strategy, but it may not be suitable. So we have to modify in a way to suit your individuality. So that is also this strategy which includes, okay, this 1 year strategy which include the weapons. For example, through what means you want to get IAS, that is what books, material, etc., etc. People are doing most of the mistake as far as they choosing the right material to become IAS. Okay, according based on my experiences. Okay, there are 3 types of materials: primary material, secondary material, and tertiary material. What kind of material that you are following, that is important. But in our the present ecosystem across the country, people are suggesting, most of the institutions, various people are suggesting that don't read the editorials, don't read this Yojana, Kurukshetra, etc. Just follow the GSET gists that they are providing through their website, etc. So that is not the right strategy, because UPSC, it is so adaptive, so dynamic examination. UPSC is so dynamic examination. You know, that I want to describe you what kind of dynamic is this one. You know, look at just concluded preliminary examination. No institution in India, no experts in India could predict this UPSC bits, UPSC preliminary paper. That is what the dynamic, that is the dynamism of UPSC examination. So how to face it? Simple formula: become dynamic. Become dynamic. How to become dynamic to face this dynamic examination? Okay, just to follow the primary source of material like Hindu editorials, Yojana, Kurukshetra, India Yearbook, Manorama Yearbook, Indian Economic Survey, MOF, Economic Survey, government websites, etc., etc. This is the primary source of material. And also the D.D. Basu, Indian Constitution. That is the primary source. Datta and Sundaram, primary source for the economy. Instead of Ramesh Singh, etc., etc. They are secondary source of the material. If you studied the secondary and tertiary materials, how you can become guarantee IAS? It's highly impossible. Just read the primary source material. Primary source, it appears to be big, voluminous, etc., etc. It's not true. No need to cover the whole book. For example, as far as this D.D. Basu, Indian Constitution is concerned, okay, it is highly sophisticated. Whatever that Lakshmikant book is there, other quality materials are there. They are simply emanating from this D.D. Basu book. Okay, that is what the credentials of Durgadasu Basu, D.D. Basu. Okay, so like this, you should focus on the primary source of materials, direct source of information. For example, economic survey is there, budget is there, MOF website is there. This is the primary source of material. Why you can't prepare this one? You have already studied this semesters, IIT and doctors, etc., etc. You have faced a huge 100 times of larger material than this book. Why don't you read it? It is not for the degree, it is to become IAS. So don't feel this is a hard work. Don't feel this is the hard. Don't feel that is the toughest nut to crack. You can prepare. Just focus on the primary source of materials. Okay? Be indifferent to, ignorant to this kind of market and commercial strategies regarding the UPSC market. UPSC market is a multi-billion-dollar market in India. Okay? If you followed it, you can't become IAS. Just focus on the primary source of material, then secondary, then tertiary, all are important. And just try to solve the last 10 years, previous years question papers of UPSC, so that you can get the what is UPSC pulse. Do it at the initial and the mid of your preparation level, under the good guidance. So automatically you can become IAS officers. Okay, get determined enough. Okay, follow this right strategy. Okay, go ahead. Definitely you can get the IAS and IPS within 1 or 2 attempts. No need. If you could not get with the IAS within 1 or 2 attempts, leave it. Go to another area. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your age. You are at the prime age. Okay, you are at the highest active period in your life. If you focused on it, you should get it. Otherwise, leave it. Okay, follow right strategy. Follow right and sophisticated strategy of at least 1 year plan. Do the right preparation at least 12 hours per day apart from newspaper, etc., etc. Okay, follow, stick to this strategy. Okay, our mantra is steadfastness. You know, the steadfastness. Okay, indifferent to every kind of distractions, etc., etc. Stick to your right strategy, but prepare your right strategy. That is to suit to your weaknesses and your strengths and the requirements of the UPSC examination. This is what important. Okay, simple. I want to brief up again. Okay, daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, quarterly, and half year strategy is important. Okay, it should be intensive, integrated, and comprehensive strategy, and it should take into account your weaknesses and the requirements of UPSC examination. And your means, that is books, what kind of books that you are following. Okay, primary, secondary and tertiary material, which includes the last 10 years of UPSC papers at the prelims, mains and even interview questions also, so that you can understand UPSC pulse. Okay, do the right strategy based on, prepare right strategy, meticulous strategy based on the UPSC requirement, that is UPSC pulse. Get the right guidance. Okay, test your guidance. The guidance will decide your fate. You are the creator of your own destiny. Okay, your own strategy, your decided and opted the guidance will decide your fate. Okay, so that's what you have to take the right decision. This is what, so that only few persons are getting finally succeeding in the civil service examination. Without strategy, you can't succeed in this one. No doubt at all, there is no luck, there are no shortcuts to get this prepared. Whoever got IAS, IPS, etc., etc., okay, don't think they are not by sheer luck, okay, but because of their hard-working nature, they got it. Talent is not a matter. Hard work is important. Though you are talented, unless you have hard work, you can't become IAS. Okay, dream. In order to realize this dream, you should have 1 year, at least 1 year sophisticated study plan.